Well, hopefully it's going to be a quick project, but I've been wrong before. So for a while I've wanted a mag mount camera mount for my lathe so I can record some of the machining without trying to like jimmy rig a tripod in their way. So I got a El Cheapo Harbor Freight Special mag mount, an 8mm screw which matches the threading in the mag mount, a 1/4-20 bolt which matches matches camera thread, and then a little camera ball joint that was sitting in my pile of junk. So the theory is this is going to end up mounted on there. Let's see how I do. So this is pretty much strictly a drilling and tapping operation. So I'm just going to use the tailstock on the lathe, and there's the bolt all chucked up. Using a cap head screw is kind of nice because, well, actually it doesn't matter. A hex head screw would work just as well long as it has a deep head on it. So you get a couple points in the chuck holding it, and that will automatically get it pretty close to true in the chuck. If you're not true, when you drill through and tap it, it will come out one side of the bolt and the whole thing's kind of shot. So I'm going to center drill, then pilot drill through, and then drill out to the proper tap size, and then sit here and tap it. Okay, now it's time to tap this thing. I just have a 1/4-20 tap and a spring-loaded point, and I'm just going to sit there and do the normal tapping action by hand until I get a deep enough thread for my application. Well, the combination of a semi-hard screw, a dull tap, and a meatball monkey running it, I managed to break my first attempt at making the adapter screw. So it was just being torqued so hard that this snapped when the tap went into the threaded part of it, and that piece is done. But tried again with a more cesium grade bolt as the base, and as you can see I have a 1/4-20 screwed into an 8mm bolt, and that screws in right there. Next up, I need to cut off this top bolt or find a little chunk of quarter-inch threaded rod and get this mounted onto that assembly. Well, I found in the collection I did have some threaded rod, so just set up here with 2 nuts to keep it square in the chuck, 3rd nut to jam against the first one to lock the rod in there, and then I'm just going to use a parting tool to cut off a chunk of threaded rod. Okay, so here's all the parts. Time to assemble it. I'm going to apply a little bit of blue Loctite just to this joint, if I have any left. Okay, a fresh overflowing container of Loctite. So the reason I'm applying it to the inside of the threads versus just going the easy route and applying on here is when I screw it in, it'll hopefully drive the Loctite along and into the joint and secure it a little bit better. So there's our double-ended bolt. That should screw right in here. And if I did it right, it won't interfere with the operation of this. So, good there. Just tighten these 2 up real quick. And now the mount to the mag base. Same deal on the mag base. This isn't actually a blind hole. It goes all the way through the casting, and what you see down there is the magnet activator. So if I screw this in too far, I'll bind up the activator and it will be permanently locked in either the on or off position. Same thing with the rods. So all they did was use a little lock nut, which I stole, and I'm going to do the same. For right now, I'm pointing the handles so they line up with each other as best I can here. And see how I like that. And depending on that, I might decide in the future to move this. There you have it. My battery on my camera is dying. So I'm going to wrap this up real quick. Camera will screw on here. You move it where you want, lock it. And this guy is magnetic, so you can stick it wherever you want, turn it off, it falls off. Hopefully this will work, and I'll get some machining video on the next one once my camera battery is recharged.